Ready to go when you are, buddy.
Phone on mute. It is.
I'm going to do my pre 3, 2, 1 sip now. That's
time,
how tight the time is.
Timekeeper is ready to rock. Call me, what was his name? Robert
Williams.
Call me Robert Williams.
Lord.
The way I'm lording the time. Call me Robert Williams the way I'm keeping time.
I like the way you did that like it's a Drake lyric.
That's what I was going for.
It worked. It worked.
All right. 5,
4, 3.
Welcome to Food News. I'm Juliet Litman.
And I'm Devon Jacoby.
If you want to talk to us, give us a call at 850-STEW-136. My friend Sarah, an avid listener of Food News, is always asking me, how many voicemails do you get? And I haven't been answering.
We don't know.
One, I don't know. Mike has never told us. Mike might not even know.
No, he doesn't either.
And 2, the answer is not enough. So give us a call.
Yeah.
Whatever the answer is like, it's not enough.
Yeah. What's the number again?
850-STEW-136.
And if you don't know the number, where can you find it?
At Juliet Litman on Instagram.
We got some good ones this week.
Yeah, we do got some good ones. Shit, what's my personal food news?
I was just thinking while you were doing the intro, I was like, she didn't think of her personal food news.
Well, let's just get into it.
You've
See
got
what
about 20
happens.
minutes.
We're flying blind. All right, people.
Curious about supporting your gut health? Take the Activia Gut Health Challenge. Just enjoy 2 Activia yogurts a day for 2 weeks to help support your gut health. With billions of probiotics and 20 years of scientific expertise, Activia is one of the easiest and tastiest ways to start your gut health ritual. Try Activia today. Enjoying Activia twice a day for 2 weeks as part of a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle may help reduce the frequency of minor digestive discomfort, which includes gas, bloating, rumbling, and abdominal discomfort.
Today's theme, I would say, is things we haven't covered in a while, but are usually interests of ours.
Not follow-ups, but theme follow-ups.
Exactly. Thematically tied to the spirit of this podcast.
Yes, exactly.
Beginning with a lawsuit and Trader Joe's. The two so frequently go together. Okay. First of all, I was saying, I think I said twice today already, literally, I wish I had Trader Joe's in my life. It's just inconvenient for me. The closest one to me gets ransacked. It's just like not worth it.
It's a great experience. I like Trader Joe's.
I've actually haven't had a great Trader Joe's experience in a while, but the savings are so worth it.
You know what? The second that came out of my mouth, he said, "Is it?" I was like, "Oh wait, the way she looks at grocery stores is completely different than the way I look at grocery stores."
Well, in New York and LA, it's like a frenzy. Like you gotta like have your elbows up. You're like just like going into war.
Not always.
I think so. You obviously haven't been to the one on Court Street in Brooklyn.
But the thing is like, I feel like you going to grocery stores like Sean Fennessy watching a movie. You know what I mean? Whereas like me going to
Are
grocery
you
store.
complimenting me or insulting him? It's hard to know.
I don't know. I love you both. But like me going to grocery store is like Quincy going into a grocery store, my son. It's more just like, oh, look at all the colors and foods. I like those. I'm going to put them in the thing.
Okay, well, this is the story about coffee. Trader Joe's makes a French roast. It's a dark roast. And they are being sued because...
there's a special dark roast here. This is important.
It's low acid.
It's the low acid dark roast. That's key.
It's the low acid dark roast. And Trader Joe's is being sued because they do not say on the label that because it is low acid, it is lower caffeine. There are some great quotes from the plaintiff's attorney, the people who are suing. This is my favorite one. It is so common that it is now cliche that coffee drinkers depend on the caffeine contained therein to provide them with the energy they need to get through the day. Accordingly, the amount of caffeine in a coffee blend affects a consumer's purchasing decisions. Completely true.
Agreed.
100% true.
And also, here's another one. Quote, while testing shows that the French roast low-acid coffee contained half the caffeine of a regular blend, it was not labeled accordingly, the suit claims, leading consumers to, quote, purchase the product believing it is fully caffeinated when it is not, end quote. Okay, number one, let me ask you this question. Who did the testing and why? While testing shows, okay, who did the test and why they do the test?
That's a great question.
That was the first thing that came to mind when I was reading this. I was like, did some law firm do the testing? Did someone drink it and be like, this isn't providing the kick it normally does? And did they go to a lab? Who are the people that did the test? Like, this is, okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting fired up.
I had strong feelings about this too. It's why I put it number 1 on the rundown. That did not occur to me at all. But I was thinking about how when I found out Coke Zero had less caffeine, it's
on my mind every time I make the decision.
Right. It didn't change my desire to drink it, but it did change my perception of the beverage. And so I do think caffeine quantity is material to the experience of drinking something, not just in how awake or not you are, how caffeinated you are, but like in the way that you think about it, when you choose to consume it, like it is essential information for a beverage that is known to be caffeinated.
Yes.
How much caffeine?
Yes. And you and Food News have changed my life a lot. As you know.
So nice. Is it because you know where to get the number at Juliet Litman on Instagram?
That's one of the ways. And another one was when you told me the Coke Zero had less caffeine than Diet Coke, I prefer the taste of Coke Zero, but I will go to Diet Coke.
Wow.
And that fact crosses my mind every single time when I look at the two of them back to back.
Interesting.
However, back to this story. Every single time we have one of these lawsuits, I'm always just like, fuck these people over litigating. I can't stand this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, guess what? The Big Mac doesn't look the same on the picture as it does in real life, right?
Yeah, but yeah.
I think this one's kind of got some legs.
I do too. But the question of how do they figure this out is such a good one. I have no clue.
That's the part. I was like, there's something nefarious going on here.
Do you assume a dark roast, because it tastes more strongly,
Yes.
has more caffeine?
Yes.
That is not correct, actually. Very frequently, it's not. It depends on how the beans are, roasted. So it's like, it's not always one or the other. But very often a dark roast has less caffeine than a lighter roast.
And a cold brew has more, correct?
I believe so.
I believe a cold brew has more than iced coffee because I can feel the difference.
Yeah, when you have a can of La Colombe and you're getting 180 milligrams of caffeine, yes.
So this would seems to be a simple fix is like on a liquor bottle or a beer bottle, anything with alcohol, you know exactly what percentage or proof you are getting in there. And it feels like that should be standardized with packaging on coffee beans.
I agree with you. Like you need that information. It's surprising that's actually not like mandated by law. So there's so much like label stuff that is legal. It's just some information from you.
Okay.
For you, not from you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was like, I don't have that.
Cold brew is generally more caffeinated than hot coffee because it uses a much higher coffee to water ratio, making a more concentrated brew and a significantly longer brewing time. Just FYI.
While I was on the train on the way here, I said that we should create a segment with an open that's Judge Juliet because we often get these.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Judge Judy. And we can do a thing where you've got a robe and we all say, all rise.
Okay.
Here is Judge
Who will
Juliet.
Rise? You and Mike?
I'll just say all rise.
Okay. No one will rise.
No
Got
one's
it.
going to rise. Yeah, that'd be weird.
Noted.
Yeah. And we can get you a robe if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested. I like a robe.
And then, so at the end of these sort of topics, you have to give your ruling.
Okay. I think that there should be some kind of regulation overstating how much caffeine is in a beverage. Also, like now that both of our youngest children, for me, my only child, are like eating real food and drinking real stuff. I'm like, what is in this? Like, I need to know more often. So
but there's no shortage of that information generally, unless it's like a banana. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like labeling has gone too far.
Hopefully a banana is just a banana.
But in this case, Judge Juliet, because like the judge normally doesn't just give like generalizations of tips of how the society should change.
Sure.
Normally they'd rule on cases. So in this particular case, Judge Juliet, thank you for the advice about how the world should work. Do you rule in favor of the plaintiffs?
No, I do not, because I don't know that they're running afoul of any law. Just like this is a desire from the plaintiffs to be told how much caffeine they are taking in, but there is currently no responsibility on the beverage maker to say so. So they haven't done anything wrong legally.
Fair.
So I just agree with them that like this does change the item, but that's not like in my court. That's not what's being asked right now.
So you rule in favor.
Is there damages? No.
You rule in favor of this is some bullshit.
Yes.
But you also there will be no ramifications for the defendants.
Correct.
Okay, good. Great job.
Do you agree?
I really wanted Trader Joe's to have to pay somebody for this, but like if I find out that like some law firm actually did the testing and then like found some people on the street, and it was just like, oh, so you guys were just like in it for the whole time.
I mean, that's kind of the plot of Aaron Brockovich with the water, but that was much bigger ramifications.
Never saw Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Never, not once.
Okay, well, Julia Roberts.
Yeah,
Ever heard of her?
Yeah,
America's Sweetheart.
Yeah.
She's really good in it. All right, let's move on to some booze news. This is an interesting one.
Yes.
This is about a man who, oh my gosh, his name is Mark Mongiardo. And Mark Mongiardo, throughout his life, has had some troubles with the law because he was twice charged with DWIs, driving while under the influence, even though he had not consumed a lot of alcohol. And that is because
alcohol.
He has a rare condition. It's called ABS, auto brewery syndrome.
This is the best named syndrome in the history of syndromes. It's all right there. It's all right there.
Auto brewery syndrome.
Brewery. There's a brewery inside of my digestive system that creates alcohol on its own. Auto brewery, and that's a syndrome that I have. This one. When I read this, I was like, why can't every single scientific term be named this simply?
There's no Latin involved. A rare but serious condition where people get drunk even when they haven't had alcohol. Here's my question. There are fewer than 100 documented cases of the condition.
Mm-hmm.
How did they even start looking into this? I guess someone was like, why do I feel drunk? I haven't drank anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you had auto brewery syndrome, you would notice. I mean, this got to the point. This is pretty gnarly for Mark here.
Yes.
And by the way, if you're listening to this and you haven't read the article yet, look at the pictures. He looks like a chiller, more mature Pauly D.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, he's got like, it's like Pauly D, but like with a job.
He's Pauly D crossed with Mike the Situation Sorrentino with a job, I would say.
They seem like someone that you would let watch your kids. You know what I mean?
Are you letting Mike the Situation Sorrentino or Pauly D watch your kids?
No, that's the difference between Mark and them.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
You know what I mean? It's just like a toned down,
I was like, Pauly D,
more responsible version of those characters from Jersey Shore.
I believe Sitch is now a dad and also sober, so maybe he can watch my kid.
He can watch the kids, yes, for sure. Did you hear about Ronnie being hammered at some sort of event they had?
I was so surprised.
It was tough. I feel bad. It seems like he needs help.
I'll never forget Sitch coming into my life. We got a situation.
Never, ever, ever.
I think the first people I discussed it with was in my head when you and Bill were discussing it on the BS report.
That was probably my peak podcasting moment.
Your first and last, first and best.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember.
I've just been riding that wave for the
side note. I was driving from LA to San Francisco because I lived in San Francisco still, and you guys were like, "There's this show. They get in a hot tub, and like it was. I'll never forget it. I didn't even know you at the time. All right, so Mark Mongiardo. What happens is there's yeast that lives in the gut, and it naturally overgrows. The yeast then ferments the sugar and carbs that he eats, essentially turning the bread or cake into alcohol inside his stomach. Sounds uncomfortable. Is he in pain?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But it's here's the gnarly part: is he's like a teacher and like a gym. I'm a physical educator,
gym teacher.
Yeah, and
PE.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that anymore. And and they were like, his colleagues were like, he smells like alcohol.
That's like sucks. That
it's
really sucks.
Totally like your dog actually eating your homework, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's totally like your dog actually ate your homework. It's like, I'm sorry, and then you go to the boss or whatever, and like people are saying you smell like alcohol, and you're like, I've got this thing where in my belly it automatically brews alcohol, and it makes me smell like alcohol. I'd be like, what?
It's so crazy. And it says he would have slurred speech, loss of coordination, confusion, and even dangerously high blood alcohol levels that would last up to two days. This is sort of like a sad way to live. It's like pretty insane.
But imagine telling the officer when you got pulled over, they're like, sir, maybe you feel sobriety test. You're like, I haven't drank anything. They're like, sir, you smell like alcohol and you're impaired. And then you're just like, you have to have like a doctor's note on you at all times.
Yeah, it's
you're probably going to take your license.
It's really, really insane. So then he found a doctor on Staten Island, which is where Vinny's from, back to Jersey Shore.
Well, he does have that look. I think he's from Florida, to be fair.
Yes, but the doctor he found is on Staten Island.
He lives in the tri-state now, clearly.
Yeah. He figured out what was going on, and now he needs to, as the article says, live with constant vigilance, alternating various medications and supplements timed along with food to avoid another incident.
Yeah.
It's like so crazy.
And now he's on a keto diet, so I'm sure he's ripped.
Yeah, because he basically can't have any like bread, any sugar.
Sugars or carbs. He's got to be ripped.
He's paleo.
And he's part of that whole culture.
Totally.
I can just tell that from his hair.
GTL, Jim Van Laundry. Yeah. Jaegobomb. GTL.
Yes. One shot.
Oh my God. Well, wishing Mark.
Yeah, Mark, that sounds tough, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds tough.
Also, he's 63, by the way.
What?
That's what it said in the article.
Did they get the numbers backwards?
I know. He looks like so young.
What?
I know. It's shocking.
What? God, man, I got to start getting the ABS.
Keto. You got to go to keto.
Yeah, I'm going to keto. Who's that? What's that doctor's name in Staten Island? I'll take the ferry. It's right here.
His name is, hold on, I want to get it right.
Let's get it right.
I got to say, the number of ads on my computer are making this very hard. Okay. The doctor's name, Dr. Prasanna Wick Remising.
All right, you can forward me that later. I'll make an appointment. God, that guy looks good. He looks great. 63?
He has to be 36, right?
It has to be. It has 63. That means he was born in, let me, mathing.
In the 50s.
63?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
He would be born in
63.
1963.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You had to use a calculator?
Yeah, I did.
That's embarrassing.
I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it too.
Let's move on.
You've got lots of other skills.
Bean Club. My mom sent me a lot of feedback on the Bean Club. She's a lawyer.
That was my favorite Juliet transition of all time because you go, Bean Club.
Well,
it was a great transition because you were like laughing and having a good time. Then you're just like, serious voice, Bean Club.
It's because I find Steve Sando so odious.
Sando.
I hate Steve Sando.
Producer Mike, just yes or no, did this email come to us or was it just like on the internet?
We got forwarded it from a listener.
Okay, a listener forwarded this email to us.
And I believe that Steve Sando put out a statement in response to the article we covered last week from the San Francisco Chronicle about him sending a cease and desist to one competing Bean Club. I'm so exacerbated by Steve Sando. I hate him. But I guess Bean Club members must have read this article in the San Francisco Chronicle. So he sent a note to his subscribers, to the members, and then at least 4 different listeners of Food News forwarded this to Mike.
Food News follow-ups.
Food News follow-ups, yeah. So then Mike put this into a Google Doc for us. And here is what Steve Sando had to say. It's very long.
Don't read the whole thing.
It doesn't surprise me that Steve Sando is long-winded, even in email defending himself.
It doesn't seem like he had the help of a lawyer or a PR person when he wrote this.
Oh, you think it's like too long? Like a lawyer would be like, you don't need to say that.
It flops between first and third person a lot. It seems like he was like his wife read it over or something.
Yeah, I will say Steve Sando thinks really highly of his members and the work that he's done.
Yes, he does.
Here's a quote. In 2013, there was nothing like Bean Club available. There still isn't. I don't know what that means, but okay. It's not a simple subscription service. It really is a community with an active private Facebook group, dinners, town hall meetings, and even trips. It's always been unique, and it's always been Rancho Gordo. I gotta say, sounds like many private Facebook groups that have meetups or like a podcast fan community.
Where are these trips to?
Yeah.
What are they go on bean retreats?
Maybe they
Costa Rica?
Go to the farm
go
or
do
something.
ayahuasca in Peru with the bean group?
He also wanted everyone to know, quote, what wasn't clear in the Chronicle article is that the company involved in this, the one that he sent the cease and desist to, is a disgruntled former wholesale customer. We stopped selling to them because we felt they were copying Bean Club's success and taking it to an unreasonable degree. We had created something really great and relatively small. We're not trying to rule the world, but I wanted to protect the little corner we have, so we trademarked Bean Club, and the U.S. government granted it.
Okay, a couple things.
He's sort of like...
I get it. Okay, a couple things. Number one, did they become a former wholesaler and disgruntled because you sent a cease and desist letter? It sounds like you created a former and disgruntled former wholesaler client.
The timeline and order sequence of events is very unclear.
You see what I'm saying? It's like,
Yes.
it's like it seems like you started the angst between these groups.
It's true.
There's 2 sides to every story. Sando, whatever.
I'm going to read what my mom had to say.
Oh, yes.
A lawyer weighed in. Hold on.
Betty Jane.
Let me pull it up.
Oh, we do. Yes. This is a legal, professional legal.
It's a legal opinion. Here's what she said. Steve Sando's constant and enormously annoying on Blue Sky. He'll lose the lawsuit. Names are distinct. He can't copyright the common words bean and club, just a distinct arrangement of them. Because a consumer won't be confused between the 2 pretty different names, which is the test, he won't win.
Judge Betty Jane.
She's ruled it.
She's ruled.
She does not see a future.
She has ruled.
She then followed up to say, meant to send that just to me, but she sent it to my whole family. So, so everyone could be a part of the
Joey
conversation.
Litman's like, Steve Sando. Who's that? Do I know
He's
him?
like, Steve Sanders?
Is he a cousin?
90210?
Yeah.
Steve Sando, I don't care for you. You know
I
what?
don't care for you either. Juliet hates you, Steve Sando.
I'm not on Blue Sky, and this confirms why. It's
Season 3 beef. Juliet and Steve Sando.
People aren't really talking about beef this season.
I heard it's good.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not really being discussed.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, there you go. That's the problem.
I'm watching the NBA playoffs all the time.
I understand. I'm watching that, and I'm falling asleep early.
In the back of my eyelids. Good for you.
Okay, we used to talk a lot about old stuff being discovered. It made me think we should just have like a Discoveries podcast, but we haven't discussed one for a long time, except now here we are. Quote from the Times of India, which has served to me on Google quite frequently. Archaeologists find world's oldest beer receipt and decode the surprising message written on it. A small clay tablet has offered a remarkably human glimpse into life 4,000 years ago. Researchers studying ancient Mesopotamian inscriptions in Denmark have identified what may be the world's oldest known beer receipt, a written record of beer supplied for workers in the Sumerian city of Umma.
It's in South Iraq.
Umma.
So this is, I found this really interesting. Okay, they look at the message.
Mm-hmm.
And generally on these messages, they find like stories of kings and wars and like sort of like things of record that needs to be preserved. But here is the message from, this was a man named Ayali. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Me too.
I mean, he's 4,000 years dead, so I don't think he minds. One line, 16 liters of high quality beer. Second line, 55 liters of ordinary beer. They had craft beers and domestic regular beers 4,000 years ago. It's the same thing that goes on at like a brewery in Colorado was happening 4,000 years ago. You're like, we'll take 16 of the good stuff and 55 of the Budweiser.
It's so crazy. And like, who got to have what?
And how do they even like have the science to make the difference 4,000 years ago?
I know. And I guess it's also your point is part of what the scientists found really interesting. They're saying it captures ordinary economic life rather than elite ceremony.
Yes.
Like there's like a difference between the two, essentially.
Ayali, this is a receipt.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, it's really, really interesting.
I find it fascinating. But here's
it's kind of comforting to know there are certain things that have been being done for like the entirety of human existence, and that's drinking beer.
Drinking beer, number one, which was the drink of choice in Mesopotamia, which I find crazy.
Yeah.
But it was also like a super cloudy, thick, like there's like chunks of stuff in it beer.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it's also gives you more nutrients than a beer today does. That was kind of the idea, is that like the resources are lower, but if you drink this beer, it's kind of like, all right, that's like lunch.
Yeah, it had nutritional values, what it says.
Yeah.
They used barley, bread, dates, or honey. So it was a more robust beverage.
Yes. But another thing I found interesting is they believe it was distributed as wages, rations, or provisions to workers. I assume they're working pretty hard and long days. I don't know, maybe some cash, maybe some food.
You don't want to be paid in beer?
Yeah, it's like a beer should be like on top of your salary.
Offer to pay you in beer, and you're like, how about money?
Every Friday, someone comes around and is like, here's a beer, good job this week, fine. But like that's if I work like in the sun in Mesopotamia for 12 hours, and then I get like a pint. No thank, and a pint of ordinary.
I was recently thinking about how humans are social by nature. And this kind of article reinforces that for me. I'm like, even in Mesopotamia, they were having beers after work and just hanging out with their coworkers.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's like there's something very like encouraging about it.
There is.
Yeah, it's a nice story. It's very sweet.
Yeah, guess what AI can't replace?
Getting beers after work with your coworkers.
Getting beers after work with your buddies. Here's the part that I found fascinating as well.
Okay.
Now buckle up for this one.
I'm buckled.
At the University of Denmark, they're also like analyzing other tablets, and they weren't just beer receipts, right? And here's what they found. And these two things could not be more different, and I want to discuss them both.
Okay.
They found this on tablets that weren't beer receipts.
Okay.
Quote, other things they learned. Anti-witchcraft ceremonies and rulers who mix history with legend. Let's just focus on the first one. Do you think the anti-witchcraft ceremonies were like anti-thunder or like anti-actual witchcraft?
I think it was probably similar to like the Salem witch trials. It's like anti-witch.
You think so?
Yeah, it was like stoning witches.
Because
that's what I was imagining.
I couldn't tell if this was proof of like ignorance and misogyny or proof of actual witchcraft.
I don't think it's proof of witchcraft. I think it's
probably
proof
the
of being fearful of witchcraft.
Yes.
Which is another common theme throughout humanity.
Yes. We've got beers after work, scared of witchcraft.
Exactly. And rulers who mix history with legend.
That doesn't sound familiar at all.
How interesting.
It doesn't sound familiar at all.
Are we living in Mesopotamia?
Can't relate.
Oh my God. What a world. It was a really cool article. I enjoyed this
It
one.
was. This was a good one.
We both love history, I think. So that's cool. Okay, Jacoby, let's move on. Something much more modern and much more lowbrow. The Stanley Cup playoffs are going on, and the Buffalo Sabres are involved, I guess.
I think they're playing the Bruins.
I have no idea. I'm hockey blind, dog blind, and hockey blind. I don't know. Except
Do you let Micah hockey ideate?
I haven't watched Heated Rivalry,
Oh, me neither.
so I'm really hockey
He might
blind.
be young for that.
He might be. It's
He
true.
might be young for that.
Am I young for it?
Old for that.
Got it. Okay, so a bakery in Buffalo is making
You're in Niagara Falls, which is right there.
making a seasonal bread, and it's supposed to look like a saber, like a sword, or like one of those sabers that you use to open a champagne. Ever seen that?
I've done that before.
You have?
Yes.
Were you afraid?
Yes.
It's scary.
Well, if anyone ever hands you a saber and a bottle of champagne, there's a specific way to make it happen.
Don't you do you get an angle?
No.
Oh.
See, that's the thing is you don't slice it open like you're Jon Snow, right? What you do is every bottle has like a zipper on it, like a seam.
Oh.
If there's a seam on the
So
bottle,
you're hitting the seam?
you start at the bottom of the bottle with the saber perpendicular and then just go up. And then the saber hits the lip and breaks it open.
Why
appropriately.
does anyone want to do this,
It's
though?
fucking awesome when you do it. Have you ever held a sword before?
No.
And a bottle of champagne and then made that huge
Champagne,
sound?
yes. No.
Does that not sound awesome?
I don't know. I'm like, you can't. What if you want to drink from the bottle? Then you get like glass in your lip.
I always think about like the next pour, the little chips of glass that are in that first.
Yes.
When I did it, I definitely like poured it and gave it to my neighbor Joe, the first cup, and then I gave the second cup to like my wife.
Okay, good. So she wouldn't cut her throat with glass.
Neighbor Joe converted his garage into like a man cave, and he always invited me over. He got a little clingy.
When was this?
That was my on Lucerne. Remember that house
in
out in
LA.
Lucerne? Yeah,
That was a cool house.
it was owned by the '90s folk artist Michelle Schacht.
My first Grantland social event was that party you guys had, I think, for your birthdays in April of 2012 in your backyard there.
When we left the apartment, quick personal 20-second story. When we left the apartment, Michelle Schacht had to give me back the house. Had to give me back the deposit money. So she meant to meet me right outside of Grantland, outside that Starbucks. And I walked up. She was facing the other direction. I walked up behind her and I saw that she had a bag full of cash in euros. So I picked up the bag full of cash of euros, unbeknownst to her, put it behind me and sat down. And she's like, I've got your deposit here. And she turns around and sees that it's missing. And I'm
sorry, you're skipping over. Like, why did she bring it back in euros?
I was going to get to that.
Oh.
She sees that it's missing. And this look on her face, like she was just like, oh my God, someone just stole like, I don't know how much it was, like $4,000 of euros from me or whatever. And she was just like went white. And I was like, Michelle, like, no biggie. I've got it right here. And then she's like, it's in euros. And I'm like, why? And she's like, I think she said it's like she just got off a tour or something. And I was just like, why didn't you convert it before you gave it to me?
Why did she get cash?
She couldn't answer the question.
Why didn't she write you a check?
Girl,
Good thing you moved.
I just took the money
Oh my God.
and walked away.
That's insane.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
That was a little bit long of a personal story, but I think it was well worth it.
D. Camillo Bakery in Niagara Falls has made a loaf of bread.
A saber bread.
that
It looks like it's like the size of a baguette. It looks like a baguette with a little handle.
It's kind of. Some people are saying it looks rather phallic.
Yes, that's the whole joke.
That's the point here.
I'm going to say it looks more like a sword than a penis. It doesn't, I can understand how people could feel that way.
I think that it's the tip of it that sort of, it's like, and it's just like a weird tip.
As a penis having
Haver?
person, yeah, I'm going to say that's not it. That's not it. Usually, most penises that I've seen,
know they don't like
including my own, does not come to a point at the end.
But I think
I haven't seen them all.
it's not the other end of it, though, that's making people think it looks like
Yes,
a
it
penis.
is, because the handle looks like balls. Juliet, it's the other end that makes it look like a penis, not the tip.
Just the tip?
Oh my God. It doesn't look like I
We
get
can't
it.
even agree on what side.
Yes. Is this a food fight?
No.
Oh, we got to do that again. That was fun.
Okay, sure.
All right.
It's like a weird looking piece of bread.
Yeah, it's a weird looking piece of bread that it mildly looks like a penis, and people online
It's
are going
very
to make jokes.
unappetizing is the main thing.
I thought it looked pretty good. This is a food fight.
Okay.
What doesn't look good about that? DiCamillo makes great bread, fresh. However, he did say that he's like, we made a lot of these.
Okay, with this other image, the guy holding it up,
Yeah.
The handle end does look more like a penis in this side.
That's not the part that looked. Oh my god!
I know. I understand.
The handle. And
I know.
Juliet. We'll do anatomy class after this. Okay.
Okay. Oh God! Let's move on to today's test.
You just gave me a look like, should we continue? I'm like, no. All right, I have a problem with this taste test.
We have a follow-up.
We have a food news follow-up taste test. All right, Mike had this great idea to get Chupa Chups, and I saw this. And I said,
it was someone else's idea, but okay.
Juliet had a great idea to get Chupa Chups, and I was like, great. And I replied to the group chat. I was like, get 2 each. But here's the thing: when I saw them, I was like, oh my god, they're impossible to open. So let's just do a race. Let's race to open this Chupa Chup right now.
Okay.
It's impossible to open these things. I forgot about this.
We have 2 flavors here. We're not even talking about the flavors that we've got.
This pod's gonna be 30 minutes long.
Mine's open.
I just chew mine open.
I used my hands. And I will be tasting the
watermelon.
Okay, I have a couple comments.
Okay.
In my day, Chupa Chups were like chocolate or like coffee and. They were not fruity. They also were much bigger than this. This is a very small
globe. Are you sure
globe.
that's a Chupa Chup? They had the swirl in it where it was like a yin-yang kind of?
Yes, a positive.
Yeah. Those are good.
They don't make them anymore, I guess.
Okay, a couple dots.
This tastes like watermelon.
It tastes like the artificial watermelon flavor. Does not taste like actual watermelon. I do believe that they've removed the dyes from this. Doesn't it feel like a product with dye removal?
It does.
Quick reminder, you do have to do personal food news.
Thank you for the reminder.
And the Chupa Chups used to be bigger and better. And honestly, like, that wasn't that great of an experience. How do you feel about lollipops in general?
I only like Tootsie Pops.
Really?
Yeah, chocolate or bust for me.
Oh, okay.
I don't really get the appeal of lollipops, but I guess like kids love them. So
Kids do love them.
This other flavor we have is cola. Cola flavement.
I like root beer and cola flavored lollipops.
I'm more interested in this kind of candy if I'm going non-chocolate, like a flavor that I like.
I like remember bottle caps? Mm-hmm. Like I love soda flavored candy.
This tastes like a cola. This is good. I'm impressed by
this one is good.
By the effectiveness of these flavors. I wish I had tasted them blind though.
We should just taste everything blind.
This is good.
This is really good.
Can you imagine giving this to your kid? Of course you can.
Can I imagine giving a lollipop to my kid?
Like cola in particular. Like, would they like this?
I don't know, because as the Chupa Chup Blossom has so many options that you never know. But I will say...
Would they choose cola? Do they drink soda?
Yeah, they drink soda. I don't care. I'm not like one of those parents.
I know, but I'm just
we don't
curious
have it in the
if they
fridge.
like it.
We don't have it in the fridge.
I drank it a ton.
Yeah, but often it'll be Sprites or lemonades. Lemonades are popular. I do want to say this, though. At my barbershop, they have lollipops. And there's this one type of lollipop, which I love because, sorry, environment, they have a plastic stick. So after the lollipop is over, it turns into like a toothpick kind of a thing where I just keep it in my mouth. And I really love that experience.
Yeah, I could see you, like toothpick. Maybe you should move to a farm and have like wheat in your mouth.
Maybe I should get one of those like metal toothpicks and like always have one in my mouth.
Okay, that sounds unpleasant and it would look weird.
I think it'd look cool.
I wanted to see if I could find the original Chupa Chups of my youth because I haven't seen them around. So I went to another candy store and I saw another item that I wanted us to try. Sort of tied to our discussion around what's that big YouTube channel? His name?
Mr. Beast.
No. Dude Perfect. Dude Perfect. But what I found was a Mr. Beast bar, Feastables. Have you tried any Mr. Beast products?
I have never tried, but they have grown very prominent. I
was like, why not try it here on Food News?
Let's give it a shot.
It seems like it could be good YouTube content. Also, Mr. Beast is on Survivor this week.
Is YouTube.com/ringerfood gotten the Dude Perfect numbers yet?
I was thinking about that as I purchased it.
Yeah, so please go to YouTube.com/ringerfood and be one of the first to subscribe.
This is Mr. Beast Feastables Milk Crunch. Would your kids be interested in Mr. Beast stuff?
They like crunchy chocolate, but I don't think they would particularly be like, oh, awesome, it's Mr. Beast.
I'm just like, can you break into the candy market? It's very hard. There's so many classics.
There's also like anything else.
This is like a Crunch Bar.
Like anything else, something that gets that popular, like my son Quincy's already like
Moved
gotten
on.
the backlash. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I heard that guy did some bad stuff. You know what I mean? Like when you're that popular, you get backlash unless you do perfect. You just get more money.
This is really good.
Yeah, that's a Nestle Crunch Bar. It is a Nestle Crunch Bar.
It's delicious. I saw a story that someone found like all these discarded pennies outside of the Mr. Beast warehouse, and it was like thousands of dollars.
That's one of the strangest sentences I've ever heard. Like, who throws thousands of dollars of pennies away?
Mr. Beast.
I would just pay someone $200 to go to Coinstar.
Of course.
Yeah, they'd be like, you're going to be there for 10 hours, but here's the keys to the dump truck. Go to the grocery store.
It was so weird. I'm like, is this even real? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was fake, but I think it was real. I read the comments. I was like, okay, this seems to be real.
Weird.
Drum roll, throwback. Personal food news time. I went to a burger place on Sunday. I wasn't ready for the weekend to end, so I was like, let's go out for dinner.
Oh, nice.
It's a make your own burger kind of place. Like they have a whole menu of burgers that you can choose from. This place is called, I believe, Burgers and Beer is the name of it. It's like burger something. It's 3 B's.
Yeah.
It's on 5th Avenue in Garfield and Park Slope.
Burgers, babes, and beer. And they got like bikini waitresses.
I don't know.
I would know if that was the case.
I sat outside and only saw one waitress. She wasn't in a bikini.
Okay. How do you know?
So they have a menu. You can select one of their burgers, but then they have a whole page devoted to like the craft your own burger.
I like this.
Given the opportunity to craft your own burger, I don't know if it's actually a good burger. I don't know why you'd put so much stuff on it. So I was sort of like, is this like a purity test of like, what kind of crap are you going to put on your burger to make it bad? Or should you just get something straight? Like, I just was sort of like, what's actually better than like a classic cheeseburger if it's good? Why would I put blue cheese on it? Why would I have a turkey burger? Like I couldn't come up with a reason why I would do anything but a cheeseburger with some onions and mustard. Sorry, ketchup, not mustard.
Counterpoint.
Okay.
They're literally giving you the opportunity to make any burger you want with everything they have in the kitchen. And you're like, why would I want to do that? Think about just like philosophically what you're saying.
Yeah, I guess like, but I'm just like, the burger is so classic. I couldn't compel myself to have anything but a classic burger given all of these options. I could have whatever I wanted, plus their whole list of burgers
that come recommended.
And it got me, they're not even recommended, they just like kind of are.
Yeah.
And it just got me thinking like, when would I ever not have the best possible cheeseburger versus like some other like burger concoction? Also harder to eat. Like when you put all that shit on a burger, hard to eat, hard to take a bite.
Okay. I think sometimes you want to just like have a Texas barbecue burger. You know what I mean? Where it's like you got bacon and barbecue sauce. You just want to do something different and
barbecue
weird.
Sauce.
And like one of my friends, former best friend Mike, he does blue cheese on burgers all the time. And it adds like a really nice like just mix up, just like a switch up.
Sure.
And I have a question for you, and a shout to Auntie Judy, my sister-in-law. I was talking to her about something that we have in common that we discuss a lot, which are those customizable salad situations, right? Every one of them has recommended salads, and they have make your own, right? And in theory, you're going to have the best experience if you make your own. But she was just like, I never do that because they've done the work for me.
I never do that either.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's like, I should be able to just make my own that is tailored exactly to what I like.
But I'm like, then I should just stay home. I should buy the ingredients and do it there. You know what I mean?
That sounds like work and money. It'll probably cost you more.
I had to say, making a salad at home, if you're not doing it in bulk, is like...
will cost you more money.
Yeah, and
way more money.
You won't get through the lettuce in time.
Yeah, but I just found it interesting to be like, no, they've kind of already done all the testing and the work, and they've decided these are the flavors that mix best together. At salad
places, I definitely prefer their recommendations. Maybe
I
I'll
use
change
the recommendations because I'm lazy. But I don't think it's
lazy. It's like the point of a restaurant. You giving me what you've already tested out.
That's a really good way of looking at this. Like, imagine you went to an Italian restaurant. They're like, we've got red sauce, we've got vodka sauce, we've got pasta, we also have raw meat, raw chicken, we have these cheeses. Like, how can we fix it for you?
Yeah, just like if I knew, I wouldn't be here. Basically,
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, that's my personal food news. Your turn.
Great personal food news.
Thanks.
Okay, this one is story of my morning. I was leaving the house, and I like to use my Starbucks app because it's an app and it's right on my way to the train. And I'm having trouble with it. It's not opening. But I know exactly how long it takes for them to make the drink. And as I'm walking closer to it, I'm getting within range of the drink not being ready, which is pure
disaster.
Terrifying.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
So then I switch over to Dunkin' Donuts. There's also one over there. I'm like, I'll go Double D. Having technological problems.
Oh, no.
Turn off the Wi-Fi, still having tech problems, can't get there. Walk up to the Starbucks location. God forbid I wait in line and order.
Sure.
This is going to ruin my entire day. Closed.
Oh.
I'm like, no big deal. There's a bodega across the street. I had a little bit of a chill and a throat thing. So I know that we've already decided it's iced coffee only from here on out.
Sure.
But I was like, I'm going to get a large, regular hot coffee made by the lady that takes your money. You know what I mean? No baristas involved. And I said, with milk. And I got a bottle of water. That coffee was fantastic.
Ah, that's great.
It's why am I?
How much?
I didn't count it all together, but it was probably nowadays $2.50, $3.
It's so.
And I get oat milk shaken espresso chilled from Starbucks. I looked at it yesterday. It was $9.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I've been buying iced coffee kind of against my better judgment, and I hate myself for it. $6.70.
That's ridiculous.
It's insane. It's really gotten out of hand. In addition to having caffeine amounts on labels, we need to put a cap on the price of coffee.
Yes.
As a nation.
As a nation?
As a nation. There needs to be a
law. Should we talk
law.
to the ruler who's both mixed in Mrs. History with legend?
Leading ceremonies against witchcraft.
Should we get Sando to write a strongly worded email?
I don't want Steve Sando involved.
You don't want Steve Sando involved at all? It was just a nice reminder that you don't need oat milk shaken espresso brown sugar to enjoy your coffee. Sometimes coffee with milk is going to hit the spot.
I completely agree with you.
And it did.
That's great.
Yeah, it's right next to the train. It was quick.
Okay, and cheaper. Great.
That was my personal food
And
news.
you're supporting a local business versus Double D or Starbucks. That's great too.
Yeah.
All right, listener food news.
Hi, Juliet and Jacoby. First time, long time. I'm calling from Boston and just transitioned jobs from one mid-calorie beverage company to another. I work in supply chain, and honestly, stolen trucks, ICE, are a pretty common part of the job. The LAPD once told me that stolen goods out of California usually get funneled through independent bodegas or get sent to the port to send American product overseas. But sometimes in my experience, the trucks actually just go missing for a bit. I once had a driver take a tanker of grapefruit juice to his house because he had a cruise to catch. Anyways, so I thought about calling the pod for a while, but during my first week of my new job, I had a truck stolen. Felt like a sign to call. But on to my question. I grew up in Chatham for the summer in Cape Cod, and there was a donut store that was there my entire life. Changed owners, recipe always stayed the same. Every Saturday and Sunday, I would wake up to donuts from my dad. Flash forward 3 years ago. A new owner bought the store, got rid of all of the donuts. It was genuinely a travesty. I have not gotten over it. My cousin had a kid, and we were all talking about how horrendous it is that baby Colin is growing up in a world where there will be no donuts on the weekend. I don't think I will ever get over it. Sometimes I think about writing a letter to the editor of the Cape Cod Chronicle. Anyways,
just call food
my
news.
question is, what restaurant or dining establishment in your life would you never get over if it closed? Okay, thanks. Bye.
Wow. A couple things while I think of an answer to the question.
I appreciate her making this Cape Cod centric because I'm much more equipped to go with my Cape Cod answers than really anywhere else.
Well, my stepmother, Patricia, her parents, Charles and Dory, lived in Chatham.
Oh.
So I spent 2 weeks every summer there.
Chathams lovely.
There's a place called Chatham Candy Manor.
Oh, yeah, of course. Chatham Candy Manor, the people that work there listen to Food News. They've sent me candy before.
What?
Yeah. I follow them on Instagram, too. Shout out
Can
Chatham
I tell you
Candy
something
Manor.
about Chatham Candy Manor? When I was a kid,
That's
so
a
we're
great place.
talking late 80s, mid 80s, maybe, probably around there. I would get $1. And they had penny candies. Girl.
They still do.
Penny candies.
Yeah, they still have it. Not for a penny.
These were for a penny. So like a little gummy Coke bottle, I'll take one of those. 99 other decisions to make. It was getting $1 worth of stuff from Chatham Candy Man. And the fudge they make that place is.
What is it? Their fudge is incredible.
That place is good.
They sent me a ton of fudge a couple of years ago, and it was amazing. And I kept it in my freezer. I like Googled, can you keep it in the freezer so I could like have it over time.
Yeah.
And Chatham Candy Manor is a Cape Cod establishment.
Yeah.
It's a fucking landmark.
The place is awesome.
The places from the Cape specifically that I will be devastated if they close. They aren't necessarily like my go-tos or my favorites.
That was the question, but go ahead.
Well, I'm making Cape Cod specific. It's easier for me to answer on that.
Yes.
They're all on the outer Cape, basically. These are like the places that I associate with like the heart of Cape Cod. So even though like it's not the knack, which I've talked about before, if they were to be gone, it would feel like something was lost in this world.
I also want to say the chains are off the table. It can't be like McDonald's.
That's obviously not it. One is Cook's, which is a seafood restaurant in Orleans at like the intersection of 6A and 28.
I think I've been there.
It's been there for forever.
Yeah, I think I've been there.
And it's like such a special, great place with such, oh my God, I love their grilled shrimp. But it's like family, it's still family owned and operated. There used to be two, one of them closed. So like we need this one in Orleans to stay around. It's also open like for a lot of the year. It's just so old school in there. It feels so appropriate. The food is always consistent. They have really good tuna salad, but you also can get like all the classics there, shellfish, etc. So that's number one. Number two is in Wellfleet, PJ's, which is a similar type of place. Also like fish fry and ice cream. But like, it's just an institution. And I love it so much. If either of those were to go, it would be devastating. So those are my two.
I've had one of these removed from my life.
What is it?
Rio Grande.
What's that?
You've never been to a Jacoby party at Rio Grande?
No.
Wow.
In LA?
You must have lived in LA at the time. No, it's here. It was my wife, Joey, and I.
Oh, near your first New York apartment?
Yes.
I've heard of it, but I never went with you guys.
Second New York apartment.
Yeah, your first, when you moved back with children.
Yes. So it was on 3rd Avenue and 38th Street. And we used to work across the street at 605 3rd Avenue when I was a young pup at ESPN. And we'd go there after work and have a couple margaritas. And they had very powerful margaritas. And then as we came back and first of all, you could only have 3. And someone who, I might have told this story in the pod before, Mike, no? Someone who dated one of the bartenders who also worked with us said they put pure alcohol in the margarita machines. Not tequila. God. I don't think it'll blind you or anything, but I think it's like Everclear or whatever it's called.
Sure.
Anyway, we used to go there with the kids every Friday night, and the parties would get bigger and bigger. At one point, we had a table for like 30 people, and we loved it so much, and it was a staple, and it disappeared. So I know exactly how hard this is for you. And I would say there's a place called The Boyle downtown, which we go to. I can't say Benny Hanek's is a chain, but this is like a place where we go to celebrate birthdays, and it's very important to us. It's a very special night, and I always forget that it's a cash only, and I spend about $10 in ATM fees. But
good question. I liked it.
We haven't addressed her supply chain thing, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm very curious about this gentleman who had a tanker of grapefruit that parked it in, I assume, his driveway because he wanted to get on a cruise.
Insane.
This is really poor planning by this guy.
It's a huge mistake.
It was just
I know.
What was he thinking?
Could have planned ahead a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better.
We got to talk to him.
How is that the best solution?
Hey, can you have him call Food News so we can talk about it more?
Yes. Isn't there someone that you can just like hand off the thing to finish? I don't even know. But that was a great call. Thank you so much.
850-STEW-136. Thanks to our producer, Mike Wargon. We'll be back next week.